X-Men Apocalypse. Is this film almost as bad as Batman v Superman? My review of X-Men next. Now with X-Men Apocalypse on this review, I will try to keep this one vague, and I do apologize about that. The movie actually starts off showing the camera showing a bunch of this sand, and you hear Charles Xavier, played by James McAvoy, talking about, this whole thing with Apocalypse and everybody who thinks that they have this power and they're a prophecy and they think they're a god and they're better than everybody else and yada 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 kind of thing. Then they actually show Apocalypse. It's in Egypt and they show Apocalypse and all that. I will say that one thing I did not like about Apocalypse, I know people bitched about it before, but not as much while the film came out. I'm sorry if I'm nitpicking now than I did before, but I did not like Apocalypse makeup in this. Now, like I said, I'm going to make this vague, and I'm probably just going to kind of talk about who did well, who didn't do well, and again, probably leave it at that. James McAvoy and Michael Fassbender were probably the two best in this film. And right behind them is Evan Peters, who actually played Quicksilver. And it's funny because he did such a great job, and I didn't think he did such a great job in Days of Future Past. I didn't think they were going to be able to top that. And my God, they did such a great job with that. And I will explain that one in my spoiler review. In probably a couple days, I'll have that one out. So he was really good in it. Then the ones that went okay was the one who played Jean Grey. The one who played Scott Summers was okay. He had his brother Alex Summers, who also, he was another one that actually did a decent job there. But with Jean and Scott, they were actually portrayed pretty well by these younger actors. Oscar Isaac, I gotta actually kind of put him in the bad part of it. Even though he was in the film a lot, he really doesn't do a whole lot. He pretty much talks and talks and talks, and his dialogue was very boring to me. So it's funny that I talk about him going from Sucker Punch to Star Wars to this film, and all of a sudden it was just like, he's back and forth with me on this one. Like I said, a lot of people will disagree with me. I have a feeling on that. Jennifer Lawrence, she's in the lower one that I wasn't too fond of. I felt like that they didn't even need to have her in there. It was pretty much nothing but Jennifer Lawrence. Where was Mystique? Not really in it that much. They bring William Stryker back. He did an okay job. I would put him in the okay pile there. But I really felt like there was really no story here. I felt like like I said, it was very boring with a lot of the dialogue. I felt like there were times I wanted to fall asleep. The action was real slow in this one. Like I said, some of the actors did okay. Some of them were horrible. Some were great. Really, I thought Bryan Singer, I felt like that this is like his fourth X-Men movie from all the way from the original all the way up to this one out of all the X-Men he's done. I really feel like, I hate to say this, I feel like he's done. I feel like he's almost like Christopher Nolan from the last Batman. He just feels like he's just got bored with it, felt like, and this movie being almost 2.5 hours long, it's funny that the previews had a lot of the funny jokes in it. But even so with that, there were even some jokes in there that actually worked very well, but there were some that fell flat because they showed them already on the trailer. And really, whenever we get to, like I said, some of the big action scenes, especially more towards the end, it was like, there was one action scene, but unfortunately you're going to have to wait for the spoiler on that one. And you may have an idea where that came into, That's pretty much all I could really think of without going too far into it. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'm sorry if this wasn't exactly a great video, but like I mentioned, it was a vague video. And as always, stay awesome.